What's up, it's your man, Big B Brandon, Big B Hickman. I am your host. Welcome to Sports Roundtable. Excited today because guess what? We have Coach Rhonda Chalowski here, a women's or girls cross country team state champions, Hoggett High School. How you doing, Coach Chalowski?
I'm great, thank you. How are
Now,
you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Now, I want to ask the question, cross country, because a lot of times we don't talk cross country. When does your season run?
Well, we start officially August 1 with the rest of the fall sports, but we are running in the heat of the summer starting in June.
Okay.
So we have our preseason training schedule that goes from June to August, and then mandatory practice starts August 1. And if you make it to the state meet, you're all the way through the first or second week of November.
All right. Now, girls cross country at Hoggett has done an amazing feat this year. You won the county, the conference,
Yep.
right? Mm-hmm. The regional, and the state.
Yes, sir.
Huge.
Huge.
When we run
Huge
cross
season.
country, how long is that? How far is that?
It's a 5K, so 3.1 miles.
Okay,
Yep.
so you continue every time you go to a meet, it's 3.1 miles.
Yep.
Now break it down for us. Is it a team or is it individual, like track?
So team scores,
Okay.
top 5 score in cross country. Just depending on the meet, you could have 10 runners running in your varsity race.
Okay.
7 usually from regional and states
Okay.
make that breakdown. So
Right.
we only take 7 runners on and then 5 score. So
Okay.
your 1 through 5 runners are the ones who are scoring those points.
Now, I had to ask this question as a coach. Are you biting your nails as they come in? Because once they're gone, coach, right?
Well, they
so,
are,
and you're
but
like, oh,
yeah,
I'm
but
waiting
a
for-
lot of the coaches, you'll see us running around the courses
Oh,
at different
gotcha.
points on the course, and
Gotcha.
depending on how the course is set up, they might have a loop where you can see them again. So yeah, it's not gone for 3 miles and see them at the finish line.
Okay,
I try
gotcha.
to make it around that
Okay.
course as much as I can.
I got you.
I wear my running shoes.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
I get
I'm
moving
like,
too.
But they take off, we're like, oh, I just hope they get back.
Yeah, once
Okay.
the gun goes off, it's, you have those nerves just
Okay.
right along with them, and you're cheering them on. You're giving them strategies
Right.
during the races. When you see them, you're trying to give them tips on their form, or who to catch and what they need to do next, how
Right.
to attack the course. So yeah, you can still coach them
Right.
through the
Okay.
race.
Okay.
But it definitely there's different courses that are more spectator friendly than others.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're shedding light on cross country and the state champions, Hoggart's girls cross country team, super huge. Now, do you have some folks there's some outstanding members that just like on fire, blazing right out
Yeah,
the track?
I mean, we actually have a pretty young team. We had 3 of our top 5 runners at states at that meet were freshmen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got very lucky this season with
Okay.
some great talent throughout the whole team. We actually had 60 girls on the team this year, and then of course our varsity was stacked with some younger runners,
Okay.
2 seniors and 2 juniors as
Okay.
well. But yeah, I mean, I would love to speak of each of them individually, but I will say that this was a major team effort, and it took 7 really solid runners this year to win that state championship. Our top two girls were freshmen, Molly Parker and Sarah Martin.
Okay.
Sloan Fleming Hickey was our 3rd runner, and she's a
Okay.
junior and has been our top runner for the past 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And then Shay Hofacker was our 4th at states. She's another freshman.
Okay.
Jenna Pellizzari was our 5th, so that was our top 5
wow.
at states, and she's a senior.
Oh, wow.
And I'll mention Erin Johnson as well, because she was our 4th runner at region. It was really interesting this year because our 4 through 6 runners kind of alternated throughout the season.
Okay.
So it was kind of cool to see them push each other and kind of go back
Love
and
it.
forth and know that they had each other's back. If one person, I mean, they all had great races throughout the last part of the season, but the next one was there to pick up any slack
Right.
if they needed it, and
Gotcha,
just to
back
push each other.
situations.
Yeah. Mhm.
Love that.
And then Grace Howell was our number 7 as a senior. So
Okay. Now, they are student athletes, so I know they're doing well in school because they have to,
Yeah.
to perform the way they do. My question is to you, and I ask these questions of all my coaches. What is it that you say on that bus before you start? What is it that you get that gets them geared up? You know what?
Yeah, they'll probably laugh at that question because I feel like I have a lot to say all the time. I'm trying to give them as much info as I can.
Right.
Make sure that when they step to that line, they're as prepared as they could be for their competition. But I'll say the last couple of meets, really pushing through the regional championship and the state championship, the message was really the strength of the team and just being there for each other, having each other's back, but also not letting other teams and other runners get in between you and your teammates. So just to be as close to each other and use your teammates as motivation, to beat the competition and really focus on staying together and solid.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Coach Chalowski, I know, on the off season, I know you have your separate situation where you're coaching and training folk. What do you recommend that your young ladies do on the off season? Do they go to track or do they do other things?
Yeah, and this year it's interesting because we have multi-sport athletes in our top 7 really. So 3 of the girls are playing basketball.
Oh wow!
In the off season, and one of them is swimming on the swim team. But the really good girls and the girls who want to do well for next season will continue to run on their own. So we just tell them to keep your keep your base
and they go,
base miles and just make sure that fitness is there. Strength training, of course, is important. Some do it on their own, and then track. I mean, we want these girls. They're solid runners. We want them to contribute to the track team as well, and most of them will. Yeah.
State champions. What are we getting ready for next year? What do you see next year?
So next year we do lose Jenna and Grace, our 2 seniors in our varsity group, but we have a very solid squad returning. So we talk about these girls winning the state championship. So 5 of them will be back, and then we have a solid bunch that have really started to get motivated, especially with all the success the team has had. So a lot of returning freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that are chomping at the bit now to get in there and get going. So I really think that next year we can just continue to build on this great season because we do have a solid squad of 43 other people who are ready to go. So
that's cool.
Yeah, and then who knows? We hopefully will get lucky again with some great new freshman runners coming in.
Great. And I got to ask you this question: what is it that gets you motivated to motivate them?
Well,
Is it a song? Is it
yeah. I mean, I think it's just my love for the sport and like the experience that I had when I was their age and moving on, and just being able to share that with them. And I feel like I've learned so much. If I could tell my younger self things, what would I say? And I feel like I use that with them, and just that experience and passing that on and seeing them succeed and have fun. I mean, these girls had so much fun this season together and really come together as a squad and just enjoy being around each other. And, that just motivates me to keep it going because that's, number one is have fun. And I mean, winning is fun. We know that.
Always.
Always. Yeah.
Hey, get ready to check them out because I think you guys are going to have, I don't know when, but we're going to make sure that about the ring ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got the rings.
We're getting the rings, yes.
It goes down. John T. Hoggett High School, girls cross country, state champions. Let's rewind it. County champs, conference champs, regional champs, state champs. Congrats to them. And we'll be back with more Sports Roundtable. What's up, your man, Big B Brandon, Big B Hickman, and welcome back to Sports Roundtable. We talking football right now. Shouts out to New Hanover High School Wildcats. I got Wildcat football in here. Defense coordinator, Mr. Fuller. Coach Fuller, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I hear a lot about the schemes, and I'm just messing. From August to right now, what I've seen is a lot of great defense, a lot of guys committed, not just to Wildcat football, but to the defensive coach. What do you guys say about that?
Well, those kids, they play for each other, and that's the only thing I wanted to instill in them. Is us as a staff trying to instill them to play for each other because it's going to take 11 guys to get it done.
Right.
It's just not just a one-man show. So
Right.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. I wanted to get them to play for each other. So I wanted them to be a reflection of that. So
Every week when I talk to Coach Hemme, we're talking about these guys. It seemed like every game, it was a teachable moment, and then the next game it was like a shutout, or it was some situation where they were swarming the ball, they was getting all the hats to the ball, and it was just every week you can see the improvement. And I think hats off to you,
I appreciate
Coach
it.
Fuller.
I appreciate it. We struggled a little bit last season defensively, and during the off season, right when Coach Dimmick got here, we had talked about some things we wanted to do different defensively.
Okay.
And just going through that whole off season, we took the time to go learn some new schemes.
Okay.
And getting the kids to buy into that was important because they took to it, and that made it a lot easier for us to make this transition.
Right.
And they're running around like 11 crazy dudes out
Right.
there. So.
Now, I was able to talk to Coach Fuller, young Coach Fuller, and you're young Coach Fuller too.
I'm a little older than that one. Yeah.
But he says definitely inspiration for him to work with you as the defensive line coach. And how was that working with him?
I've coached Caleb since he was playing Pop Warner football, so we've been doing football for a long time together.
Okay.
I got to coach him some when he was in high school in Hanover too.
Okay.
And having him around because he's so much closer to their age, and he brings a different level of intensity that I bring.
Okay.
In my opinion, this might be biased because I'm his dad, but I think he's probably one of the hardest working coaches I've been around in terms of just how he's very technical, he's very fundamental, and he gets the kids to do what he can get them. He can get out of them a lot of times what some other guys can't.
Oh wow.
And it always starts up front. So I want to have a guy that can coach a D line, and he's good. So I'm proud of him.
Right. Coming to the end of the season, what did you see, or who did you see that would stand out on that defensive side?
Well, there's so many guys. Jeremiah Bancroft was our nose guard, the biggest kid on our team. He didn't say a whole lot, but he wreaks havoc from one end to the other. you watch that dude run down the line of scrimmage as big as he is, and he's quick, and he's a wrecking ball.
Wow.
And that's Rashad Rogers stands out to me. Dave McCallum, Jacob Jones, Jaquan Wesley, Jalen Worthy, JoJo Shaw, all those guys. They just. And they're all seniors. That's the sad part. Cause I'm missing a lot of seniors next year.
Okay.
But I'm gonna miss coaching those guys seriously.
And those are some of the names that I hear week to week on Sports Roundtable as far as defense is concerned. Do you see any guys in that pool or around that pool going to the next level?
All of them can play at the next level. Whether they want to, that's really up to them. If they have an interest in playing college football. That's part of our jobs as high school coaches is to get them out there, get them in front of some college guys who can take a look at them.
Right.
The thing of it is, me personally, I don't think colleges pay attention to this area very well. You get some guys that'll get some looks every once in a while, but unless their name is really, really on the radar, there's a ton of great football players around here that kind of get passed over.
Right.
And, but we help them out as much as we can to get them. They want to go play on Saturday, there's a place for them that they can go play.
Right. Amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What did you say to your guys on Friday after the game?
The first thing I told them was that I loved them and I was proud of them. Coach Dimmick and I joke a lot of times. You look at some of the guys on our team, we have what we call a look test.
Okay.
You can look at us and say, I don't know that they look like they're going to be a very good football team, but the look test is not always going to be the determining factor of how we play because we play with a lot of heart, we play a lot of physicality, and that was what we wanted to be known for.
Right.
And, the first thing I told them after Friday is that I loved them and I was proud of them because, it's hard to get to an Eastern Championship. You don't grind for 15, 16 weeks.
Correct.
And not be proud of the effort because we're one step away from state title. And, I would like to play one more. I'd like to be going to practice this afternoon, but it's not in the cards. So,
right.
But they don't have anything to be ashamed of. We're a conference champion, won 13 football games.
Right.
We get our picture on the wall. This is something that's important to us as a program. That means those guys can come back to the weight room and see their team photo in the wall of the weight room forever.
Right.
So that's important.
Right.
So we accomplished a lot of things this year. We got a lot to be proud of. So there's no shame in losing to a good football team.
Yes, definitely. I'm glad you said that. Now, Coach, when you are, what's your routine? Because I talk to Coach Dimick every Monday, and he says, we sit around and I try to look at film, and then we have a big team meeting, and then it kind of breaks down into defense and then special teams or whatever. Yeah. What's your routine on a regular game?
My routine is, I like to watch our game film first.
Okay.
I'll watch that a couple times, and then I'll get in to scout out our opponent. And it's great having Coach Dimick around because we'll sit around. A lot of our defensive coaches sit around after practice with him during this season, and he'll just kind of draw some stuff up on the board, and we're like, okay, we didn't think about that, And so it's good to have him around because we'll ask him on Mondays generally, okay, what's the scheme this week? How you going to do this to this defense? But for us, we'll sit around and we'll usually chart out, first quarter and a half, because a lot of teams, are going to go off of some kind of script.
Okay.
And then you get to second, third quarter of a game, and you start to see some repeats in terms of formations and maybe plays that they're running.
Right.
So I'll try to chart out, first quarter and a half, 2 quarters, and just see what the favorites are. And when I can figure out the favorites and who are what I like to call the money guys, because the money guy is going to be a person they're going to try to get the football to early and often.
Right.
We figure that out, kind of see what kind of formations they like to be in, and then we can kind of pass that on to the kids. And they took to that because we go through a skull session on Monday and Tuesday, and we'll talk to them about who are the best players, who are the guys that like to get football, and formation recognition, that kind of stuff. And they picked it up, so it was great.
Amazing. It's amazing. What it is you guys are coaching some of the most talented athletes that you have in our area this year. What's to come? What do you see coming?
Well, fortunately for us, we've got some younger guys that have been playing as sophomores, and we got some juniors that were starters. So it's nice to have those guys have varsity experience to be able to come back and lead the next year's group. So although we're going to lose a few seniors, our cupboard's not going to be bare on either side of football. So I'm upset that I'm going to be losing some great guys, but we got some guys coming up that I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be fine. So we'll just keep getting better.
I'm coming over and get some little coaching from Coach Fuller, just in case, from flag football. I don't want to mess y'all up too much, though. Thank you, Coach Fuller, for coming through. I appreciate you.
Sir. Appreciate you.
Wildcat football, we're still talking that. Keep it locked right here. We'll be back with more Sports Roundtable. What's up, Brandon Big B Hickman? Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. Still talking football. Coach Dimick's in here. You know what we're doing. Wildcat football. We were at round 4.
Yep, semifinals.
Round 4, semifinals. Didn't make it right through there, but tough fight. And congrats to your entire season, Coach.
Well, thank you.
What did you see going into Lee County?
Well, we had to play clean, and when we had opportunities, we had to take advantage of them. I was really pleased the way our defense played in the first half. We played quite a bit of man at times, so if something popped, you didn't have the secondary support that we normally would if we were playing a zone. So they popped 1 or 2, but we had some opportunities. We got down the red zone twice and had to settle for field goals.
Okay.
Had some opportunities to hit some deep balls, and we just couldn't get on the same page.
Right.
I tip my hat to Lee County. I mean, they're a good football team. They got a defensive tackle going to Appalachian State. They got a defensive end who's one of the top recruits in the country going to Carolina, and then they got another cornerback who's going to Carolina. So they're good. I mean, they're a good football team.
Right.
It was 14-9 at half. Felt really good about it. Coming out of half, defense gets a 3 and out. We get a couple first downs, and then we snap the ball over the quarterback's head. I mean, we did the little things that, we just made a couple mistakes that exacerbated some things. If we can go down and score, all of a sudden we got a different ball game.
A little momentum, right.
And then we got a little ticky-tack call on a 4th and 5. So we got blocked into the punter.
Okay.
There was a 5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Another possession. And then they went for it on 4th and 1 and popped 1, and that made it 20-9.
Okay.
And then now you're chasing the clock, and
Right.
you got to start throwing the ball around. So you got away from us a little bit late. We threw some
Gotcha.
interceptions there at the end, but
Okay.
I was pleased with the way we played. And again, a couple things change here or there, and it's a different ball game.
Yep. Let's see what happens Friday.
All right. All right, so here's Jaheim Marshall here. Just a little book, a little screen, a little RPO. Kind of give it to Makai, or you can throw it out to Jaheim. Jaheim does a good job here. Big first down, about a 16, 17-yard play. Here defensively, I thought we did a great job, stacking up the run. They had a pretty dynamic offense, and I was really pleased with the way we defended it.
Okay.
Again, we had one or two little, mistakes, but those mistakes became big things because their running back was pretty good. All right, big third down here, get a sack. Their quarterback was pretty nimble, had really good feet, so I thought we did a good job containing him at times. But again, I thought the defense played well enough for us to win the football game. We just, offensively, we struggled here. Here's this little toss play. Makai makes somebody miss. Big 20 yards. There just weren't enough of those Friday night. You know what I mean? When we really needed them. Here's going to be a little smash route to Jaheim. Little sprint out pass. Does a really good job here. Chase puts the ball where it needs to be. Again, down in the red zone, we just want to punch it in, and we end up kicking a field goal. So here's Owen Daffer. He kicked 3 field goals in the first half. He really did. 44-yarder. I think he had a 47-yarder. So he really had a dynamic season for us. I was really pleased. Yep. Points are points, right? You get in the red zone, we got to get more than 3. You got to get more than 3. But here's a little trail route we're running here to Jaheim. Again, I thought he had a pretty good game. Chase finds him here, just right there in that window. Does a good job. Again, moving the football down the field, just not quite. But here again, getting down, get inside the red zone, get down to about the 6, 7, 8 yard line. And I tip my hat to Lee County. They had a pretty stout defense, and they didn't let us get anything there. So again, that kills you to kick a field goal from the 4 yard line.
Wow,
but points are points. Here's a good job. They threw the heck out of this screen. I thought we did a really good job of defending it. That was something that really worried us. This is the first drive of the third quarter. So it's 14-9. Boom, third down now. They had their little check with me deal, but we do a great job, stack them up, and here's another little screen. Okay, we make the tackle. All right, boom, they got a punt. All right, we get the ball back offensively. Go get us a first down. The toss play was pretty good to us here. Get another first down. So now we're driving the football here, first drive of the third quarter. It kind of backfires a little bit. Here's a field goal. This is the end of the second half. So 3 and out coming up here. Start of the third quarter. This is the start of the third quarter here. We do a great job here. We stack them up. I think 3 plays in a row. Rashad Rogers there. A bunch of the entire defense I thought played really well. All right, so we get them to punt. Offensively, we get a couple first downs, and then we snap the ball over our head. And it's one of those drive killers. In a game like this, you can't make those mistakes. So, I was pleased with the effort our kids gave. I thought they all played hard and played well. But here's a great job. They throw the ball in the flat, you tackle it. Here's a big third down. Joe Shaw there breaking it up. I thought he played really well Friday night. And here we are, third down. First drive of the third quarter, getting the first. So we're on their side of the field. You can drive it, take the lead.
Yes.
And we just make a mistake or two, and that really costs us. But here defensively, big fourth down here. We got the stop. So again, we had some opportunities to do some things. Here's Chase. They do a good job covering. Okay, Chase doing a good job with his legs, getting us the first down. Here's a 4th and 1 here. Jabez Howard doing a great job, making sure we get the first down. big first down there. But just a little too late.
Gotcha.
You know, I mean, again, you play in Eastern Finals, you got to play pretty clean.
Right.
And I tip my hat to Lee County. They're a good football team.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a good football team.
I asked this of Coach Fuller.
Sure.
And I know you had something after the game. We're done. We're in the locker room. What did you say to your Wildcats?
Oh, just how proud I was. I mean, you feel for those seniors, right? That was their last. You know, it was the last time
Right.
they're putting on the Wildcat uniform.
Right.
They played their hearts out. You know, they achieved. They came within, a game of getting to the state championship, and that was one of their goals. But they were conference champs. They were city champs. I thought they handled themselves with poise and class all year. And so, you feel bad for them, right? I mean, we get to come back and coach again next year.
Right.
You know, there's some finality to that, and it's always disappointing. I mean, one team's going to win the state championship.
Right.
So I just wanted to let them know how proud we were of them, and they did everything they needed to do to put themselves in that situation, and they can hold their head high and look themselves in the mirror. I think they gave everything they had.
You had an amazing year.
Had a great year.
From the beginning of Sports Roundtable to right now. I've consistently seen the Wildcats get better every game.
Yep.
So it was definitely a learning experience for them as
Sure.
well.
Yep.
And it was amazing. Yep. So you get a little rest?
A little bit of rest, yep. Got to meet this afternoon, and then we get some rest.
Okay, that's what it is. Congrats on
thank you.
an amazing season, Coach Jimmy. Okay. And some more I look forward to next year and seeing some Wildcat football. I got to come to the banquet. I'm going to come hang out with y'all.
All right.
All right, keep it up. Hey, it's a wrap for Sports Roundtable right here on your number one Spectrum 5.